Roy Red Hat.
Cruiser on. Cruiser on the line for Heat 5, Round 2 of the Under-19 Female Championship of Australia. We've got the Mooloolaba Mermaids. That's Joe Weston. North Cronulla Blueies Blazers. That's Mark Bluey Lee. McMaster's Divas, I believe it's Peter Norman. Maroubra Sealets, that's Cliff Garrity. And the Collaroy Silly Salmon, and that's Gavin Scott. Gavin Scott, of course, Chief Executive Officer of the Ocean Thunder Series. I'll catch him tomorrow and give him an interview and see what's going on with Ocean Thunder. Plenty of rumours going around. So we may as well go to the top and ask him, what do you think there? Andy? Oop.
Weston is no longer sweeping that crew in the under-19 pool. It's Brendan Tunney.
Brendan. Thank you.
It's Tunstall or something, but they call him Tunney.
Sonny.
Tunney. Tunstall.
Sonny will do. Sonny. Sonny Tunstall. Sonny Tunstall, is it?
Call him Tunney.
Tunny. Tunny. Okay, we've had a false start.
They're about to take off, so I'll pan across to it. You like that?
Yeah, that's yours.
Okay, the Czech starter's got two flags in the air waiting on the starter, in the starter's hands.
This one. Oh, yeah, you can have it. That's it. Was there a bag with that? Nah. Who's that there? That could be yours.
That's mine.
There's one on the... I'm looking for mine, not anybody's. Mine. I haven't seen it. I don't know if there's any spares in those bags there.
Still in the starter's hands. Oh, the Czech starter. Sealet's got hit side on. There's oars going everywhere. Drifting right down. Helps come from everywhere. They'll separate them again and then the flag will go up. Just a reminder, if you're going out as a helper at the start of any crew, you must have the high-vis vest and your helmet on. Helmet's compulsory all races until further notice. But you've got to have a high-vis, even if you're just holding a surf boat. Czech starters now happy. Starter waiting for a break. Should be in his tick of the clock now. Gun goes up. Gun goes bang. And the helpers all clear out. Oh, Maroubra side on from the start. Cliffy Garrity straightens them up. And the girls are out. They're dry. Everyone else is dry. And the quickest off the beach there was the crew in the centre. That's McMaster's Divas. We believe that's Peter Norman sweeping them. So McMaster's in the middle of the field. They would be leading from the Collaroy Silly Salmons with Gav Scott. Another close race here, under 19s. There's Mooloolaba Mermaids in one, North Cronulla Blueies Blazers with Mark Bluey Lee in the on the big stick. McMaster's Divas. Maroubra, who had a dodgy start, they're back into the rowing. They're not far off the pace either. And then we go over to the Collaroy Silly Salmons, who could possibly be leading the race to the cans. It's out of Collaroy Silly Salmons and McMaster's. We're going to have a rest. Righto, 3 boats going in, and now Collaroy, the 4th boat going in. So the only one off the pace there is the Maroubra Sealettes, or a brand new crew with Cliffy. Good job. Oh, have a look over there on the right-hand side of the field, and that's Gavin Scott and the Collaroy Silly Salmons. And he's picked up a mountain out the back. Then we've got McMaster's in the middle and Bluey's Blazers, the North Cronulla girls. Oh, look out, Mick. Oh. There's 4 hearts in 4 mouths just then with the Collaroy girls as the McMaster's crew's gone about 100 yards across the bay, aiming straight at them. Mooloolabar's on a little wave out the back, but Gavin Scott and the girls from Collaroy, my club. I tell you what, he's Bluey Lee. He hasn't given up on a place here. I think he's got the better of the run. Collaroy seem to be in a hole, don't they? Oh, we'll wait for the judges there. Very close between Collaroy and North Cronulla Blueies. Very close. Then we had Mooloolaba. McMaster's regathered after their little bit of hot dogging, almost in the tube. But he's had to go back and go round the right gate can. So Max will be 4th, and in 5th place, falling out the back, is Cliffy Garrity and the Sealettes. Come on, girls, start thinking. You're in the break area there. Turn it on into the surf. Don't sit there sideways. Oh, so the bow side's going to roll it around. Do it together, girls. A lot easier if you do it together. Right, they're squared up. That's the heart's out of my mouth now. Chief Judge, is the announcer.
I'll decide to get that back down.
Are we going
to get all this
dust
going?
the cans now?
Oh, 10 minutes.
I thought we were going to move them out to sea. Yeah, well, I thought someone said after round 2 they're going to move the cans out.
I had the order of events on this board here. You want another board?
Oh, is it under there?
Oh, the order of events is in there.
You coming up here, Al? Oh, not Al.
There's your coffee, son.
Oh.
Thanks, please. That's how it is.
Here's a legend of the surfboat world just walking along the beach in front of the announcers. Stack of Australian Championships. Won the first ever Australian Championship for Queensland with a crew from Surfers Paradise. 30 years to go. Ronnie Payne. Ronnie Payne. Can't hear me. Payney. 30 years ago, this weekend. The first ever Queensland Aussie title. Coolangatta Beach, 1989. Come around here, man, and have a few words. Of course, he saw the light and migrated south and won a stack of titles with. Oh, it's good fun, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
How you going, mate?
Good, thanks, Tom. Yeah, excellent. Yeah.
It's all happening here, and I don't know if we're going back up the coast tomorrow morning, but I'd like to see that. I believe there's crews up there training at the moment. What do you think?
Well, it's probably a bit more of a lottery up there than it is here, I would think. So there'll be some want to stay here and some would want to go.
Yeah, well, that's always the way, isn't it? That's why we got bosses. Right, 30 years ago in mountainous seas down at Greenmount, and picked up the first ever championship for Queensland in open boat racing. I think that's all we had, didn't we? Opens and reserves and juniors.
Yeah, I can't recall when all the other divisions came in, but I think that's pretty right. It was opens, reserves, women. No women. Women didn't come until 90 something. Yeah.
ASBs and juniors.
Yeah, ASBs and juniors. Yeah.
So is that crew still? You still see them, the Surfers Paradise crew?
Yeah, no, I spent a bit of time on a boat with Kenny Burness over the last couple of months, and Cromie's up, and Greg Smith, and I believe Steve Evans is around somewhere, so we're going to try and get together tonight and talk about how good we were in 1989, so yeah.
So those waves will be another 10 foot higher? Minimum 10 foot higher, yeah. She was a big seal, right? South Curly won the juniors, and Surfers won the Opens, and
I think Maroochydore won the reserve grade.
I know.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. Laurie Murphy was sweeping Maroochydore that won the reserve grade. Yep.
I know it wasn't the Manly Steamers. We went out early.
Yeah.
So how's life up here, man?
Oh, look, pretty good. I've actually been living out at a place called Calbar out near Boona, and I've been out there it's about an hour and a half west. And Kenny Burness gave me a call. You're interested in coming back, just a bit of a play, for the end of the season. So I think I got back to the coast December and been playing around in the boats up there. So no, it's been good. Yeah, yep, it's all good.
Jill good. Jill. Jill. Right. And then, of course, you came down to Freshwater and won 2 there. 3. 2.
Yeah,
two at Freshwater.
Gold and a silver. Yeah.
And then dragged me over to England.
That's right. That was a pleasant trip. I remember you.
Yeah, that was a good trick.
In the gig race, was it? Or
No, Chris Branson rode in the gig race and give himself asthma.
Yeah, that's right.
So we went out at Perranporth to give them the boat, and the waves were still capping on the horizon.
It was about a 300-metre break, I think, and you were a bit worn out after about 50 metres from memory.
50, yeah. Well, 50 metres, 50 strokes, whatever. But he said, "What do you like at boy turns, Zombie?" And I said, "I'm very good in this sort of surf." So we did a quick boy turn and picked up a wave, took it into the beach at Perranporth, and about 30,000 kids ran down and said, "That was terrific. Can you do it again?" We said, "No, it's their boat now, and see you at the pub."
Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah. Good to see you, Ronnie, and if you see him on the beach...
Nice, good seeing you, Zombie.
Yeah. If you see Ronnie on the beach, say hello and shake his hand, and you never know. Oh, gee, don't jump off there, mate.
Good on you, Zom, and great to see a legend like Ronnie Payne. I saw him yesterday, and what a great guy to have on the beach with us. But out to sea now, we've got the Heat 1, round 3 of the under-19 male, and we've got Mona Vale Fluffy Ducks, and the Avoca Beach Wolfpack, stroke for stroke. But I think the Avoca Beach Wolfpack are going to pick up a bit of a run down there in Alley 1, and those should come through and take out this Heat 1, round 3 of the under-19 male.
This is the recorded. Is this the announcer? Does anyone want the announcer?
I'm just doing my job.
I know you are, so just don't be so excited.
Okay, no more excitement. Summerton, I believe you had an oar, you lost an oar out to sea. The IRB has taken it in. How far away, Andy? The IRB took it in and left it on the beach way up north of here, Summerton. So if you need to recover an oar, that's where you're going to find it, somewhere up towards Tugan.
Chief Judge, this the announcer. What was that request?
We need you to put a call out for Dizzy Beach.
Okay, at the judge at the starter stand.
That's their boat, ready to race. Over.
Dicky Beach. We're looking for you. You're, I believe, in Heat 3, Alley 5. They're looking for you on the line. As I said before, they're marshalling 2 ahead. So come on, guys, we need to move it cranking along. But in Heat 2 of the under-19 male, round 3, Alley 1, we've got Redhead Chili Coconuts. Let's keep an eye on that gun for me. Let's keep an eye on the gun. Helensburgh Stanwell Park West Fund are in 2. Torquay Boyos are in 3. Bulleye Gold are in Alley 4. And Alley 5, North Cronulla Young Guns. Michael Hawkins is looking after the North Cronulla Young Guns. This is Heat 2, round 3, under-19 male.
Oh, that result.
Okay.
This is the announcer. Who wants us?
And check starters are happy, just waiting on the start here. I understand this audio is going live stream. I don't know if it's live stream or recorded live stream, but guns up. Having said that, somebody somewhere around the world is listening to what we're saying, and the vision is being filmed off the back of the ute just here. So anyway, cruise away now in this heat 2. Good start down there on the left-hand side from the Redhead Chili Coconuts. Redhead Chili Coconuts. Torquay Boyos had a great start there in LE3. They've it's almost clearing away from the field out only after about half a dozen strokes. 5-boat race. Why can we only see 4 boats? Who's missing, Andy? I only see 4 boats.
Better than Pacific Palm from.
Soon to have a crew missing. It looks like it could be Bulleye Gold. Maybe the crew that's not contesting this race. I'm not quite sure yet, but anyway, out they go to the tins, and Redhead Chili Coconuts have had a great start over there on the left-hand side in LE1. Crew's now just negotiating that little break. It seems to have settled down a bit now, the swell, not quite as lumpy as it was a bit earlier in the day. Even though the tide's going out, you'd expect them to be a bit sharper.
Hello, what have we got? Another mic? What's going on?
It's a live streaming. Ah. And it's not turned off.
It's permanently on.
Okay, that's exciting.
Chang, ball.
Okay, first to turn there will be the Torquay Boyos, the good length lead. Deceptive from our vantage point up here. Over Redhead and Helensburgh, Stanwell Park, West Fund. Torquay Boyos. They're swept by Jackson Costa. I assume that's related to Rod Griffer. That's his little boy. Oh, what a beautiful run over the other side there. North Cronulla Young Guns just picked up a terrific run across there and brought them straight through, as have the Torquay Boyos. Helensburgh, Stanwell Park, West Fund. North Cronulla Young Guns. Oh, a little bit of a dipsy-do there as they're coming through in the closing, but we've got the Torquay Boyos. I think Bulleye Gold aren't in this race. They seem to have, unless that's Bulleye coming through. We haven't got the feed on this, but there was a boat missing. Over on the left-hand side, Helensburgh, Stanwell Park, vying for the spot. It is Bulleye and North Cronulla Young Guns. Hang on to that for me. Jesus.
We haven't bothered.
No, that's empty. Round 3. We're into round 3. Well, folks, we're into Heat 3, round 3 of the Under-19 Surfboat Championship of Australia, male division. Coolna Beach Quick Cobbers Newport 10 pounders, Tallabudgera Super Dries. And Dicky Beach Gerbils. The Coolum Beach Quick Cobber's been racing pretty well up here, and also at the ASRL. Swept by Pratt Maguire. And they're confident that they give this a bit of a nudge. The Newport 10 pounders, of course, always good. Tallabudgera Super Dries, on which they train exclusively, slept by Steve Purcell. Formerly with Burley, Steve, and now doing his stuff and doing it very well at Tallabudgera. And Dicky Beach Gerbils, swept by Robert Flood. Dicky Beach Gerbils from the beautiful Sunshine Coast. Well, they're racing out now in the relatively calm waters of the inside gutter there. The one that missed the start, my golly, Tallabudgera Super Dries. They've got a margin to make up if they can. And one over there on the right-hand side going particularly quickly. Well, the tide is still going out. So they're running out with the tide. The Dicky Beach Gerbils, swept by Robbie Flood. I'd reckon that they appear to be in front, but very hard to draw a line across the bay with the Coolum Beach Quick Cobbers swept by Pat Maguire. Alongside Pat and just 2 boat lengths behind. The Newport 10 pounders, Jay Bothwick. Whoa, up and over there. That was, nearly brought them apart, didn't it? But I think they're both into... still with us. That's the 2 on the left-hand side, Coolum Beach Quick Cobbers and the Newport 10 pounders. The 10 pounders might have, they had a bit of a shaky time to get over the top of it. They were a little bit behind the Quick Cobbers, but they managed to see it through.
Say something.
Yeah, that won't fall off now.
No, you screwed it up.
Okay, round the cans they go. Newport 10 pounders turning now. The Quick Cobbers from Coolum are already around. So it's the Quick Cobbers from Coolum Beach turn first. That's them on the left-hand side, coming back into the wave area now. Gee, this is a substantial lead by the Quick Cobbers. I'll be going through their gate cans very, very shortly. Bit of a wave out the back there for Tallabudgera Super Dries. That's a nice little wave. They're running that nicely right back into the gutter. So also is the Newport 10 pounders. But the Coolum Beach Quick Cobbers are in no danger here. The Quick Cobbers have led right from the start. And very soon they'll be hitting the sand to put one alongside the Quick Cobbers guys, and they're going to be very, very, they'll be there at finals time. And alongside them, the Newport 10 pounders have got themselves away from Tallabudgera Super Dries. Well, that's what I thought was happening. Here's a wave coming up now behind the Tallabudgera Super Dries, and over on the right-hand side, the Dicky Beach Gerbils. So we've got... second place, I reckon, going to the Newport 10 pounders. very, very tight between the Dicky Beach Gerbils and Talabudger Super Drives. We'll wait and see what the judges say about that. Michael?
Yeah, mate, that's their job. We can't call them from up here. But just a reminder to all crews, I mentioned a bit earlier that tomorrow we're going to be doing a moment of reflection to acknowledge the athletes or boat fraternity who have passed before us in these last 12 months, unfortunately, are no longer with us. This will be a special moment on the beach, probably about late morning, tomorrow morning, over at for our back at Broadbeach. And I ask all crews to be a part of this, to the water's edge with your oars raised. Everyone's done it before, you know what to do. And it certainly will be filmed and recorded, and it's a significant moment to pay a recognition to the many wonderful athletes we've had who have gone before us. So anyway, back on the line, we've now got Heat 4 of the under-19 males, and Alley 1, Swansea Belmont Team A, with Dave Rogan, Palm Beach Plumbers, Steve Cox, Palm Beach, of course, Steve Cox from Sydney Northern Beaches, Yamba, Ray Niblin, and Alexander Headlands with Nick Hume, Big Hume, having trouble reading that, and Avalon Beach Hueys with Peter Carter. This is the fourth heat of the under-19 male. Check starters are happy with the line, just waiting on the starter. Check starter's not quite happy now. He's calling crews into a bit of order there. It's their job to make sure it's a fair start on the water's edge. No one trying to fudge forward, and there's no chance of crews clashing oars, so you've got to keep them far enough apart and all in a line and in a safe position to start. We said before, safety's paramount. So he blows his whistle, flag goes up. That's a signal to the starter that the boats are all in their line ready to go.
You right? You got them? Here we go. Which is that?
Hang on. Yep.
Okay, give you a go.
You want to call it?
I might as well. Oh, wait a minute. No, you just did that one.
No, you did that one. It's all right. I've called them. I'm just waiting on the start. You did that one.
Oh, I did that one. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, you go for it. Doesn't matter.
I was completely out of whack then. I thought you had already done that.
That's okay. That's all right. I'm not precious about stuff like that.
No, as a matter of fact, I'm quite happy to drift away. I get up in the morning, my throat is not the best, and I've got 3 days to go, or 2 days, 2.5. Cannon gets him away, folks. Let's see. Okay, mate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 boats only. Who's out? Any idea who's... Oh, here's the 5th one here. Yep. Sorry. Okay, well, there's 4 down there. You might say on the southern section of the competition area, but it's not really. It's mid to south. And alone up in the northern section of the competition area, we've got Swansea Belmont. Gee, they've had some good underage crews too, Swansea Belmont, in days gone by. And I don't know why, but as soon as I think of Swansea Belmont, I think of, what's his name? Kenny Murray. Kenny Murray, probably one of, or the best remembered Australian boatman, surf boatman. As Mike Tamlin has just said alongside me here, a living legend. And Kenny's got a mobility problem, but he's still as bright as a button, I can tell you that. Anyway, Swansea Belmont hitting the outside break right now. Let's see if they can get over the top of this one. Up and over they go, yes, so they're out now. And the other four, I think they're probably positioned just a little bit better at this time than Swansea Belmont. And those four are over the Palm Beach, New South Wales Plumbers on the left-hand side. They're into their can now. They got a slight lead. Turning in second position would be the Dicky Beach Gerbils. They've been racing well in the southeast, up in this area. In the third position, going around now, is Alexandra Headland's H&H Aircon, swept by Big Nick. Big Nick Hume, and in, let me see, that'll be fourth position, Yamba. Swept by Ray Wibden. And they're turning around with Swansea Belmont now. Look, a nice wave out there. For Avalon Beach, Dicky Beach Gerbils. Floody will be thanking his lucky stars. This is Avalon Beach Uis over there on the right-hand side, and they've turned the cans and went around, and no sooner had they gone round the cans, bit of a swell rolled up, they rode the top of that. Sweep oarsman fired them up, and they went with it for a long, long journey. Coming in to the final stages of the race now, and I don't think they're going to be beaten, the Avalon Beach Uis. The one that was closest to them is the Swansea Belmont Team A, and they'll finish in second position. Who's going to be third? Gee, I would say Palm Beach, New South Wales Plumbers in 3. In 4 will be Yamba, and in 5, over here on the left-hand side, we've got the Swansea Belmont. Left-hand or northernmost end. So, mate, I don't think that paid off for Swansea Belmont getting up there on their own. Didn't get off the beach quite as well as the others and never, ever seemed to make up the deficit. You want to do the next one? Okay. Give you back to Mike Tamlin. And Mike gave you a bit of a rundown just prior to that race just conducted about the moment of reflections, which has become a very important part of National Championship Carnival weeks. And that's on tomorrow from probably mid to late morning. You don't want to miss that because it's quite a sight. And all the competitors that we can rustle up will have their oars at the waterline. Something that I'm sure if you're there you will remember for many a day. Who you got here, Mike?
Yeah, mate, cruising the line now. We're into Heat 5 of the under-19 male. Alley 1, we've got the Coogee Krabby Patties with Paul Beale on the stick. Wanda Chuppa Chups are in 2. Nathan Spinner's looking after them. Checkstarter's got his flag in the air. McMaster's Beach UFC, Mick Norman. He's a good mate of mine, Mick, and he's done a great job with his crews from McMaster's Beach Central Coast. And South Curl Sneaky Nuts, Mark Pateri. That's where Zom's young grandson's rowing with his South Curly Sneaky Nuts, and by gee, they've been rowing well too.
Hey, Mike, you speak like you know Mick very, very well. Well, look, just ask him what happens up at McMaster's Beach where they can corral so many under-19 crews, both male and female. Is there a uni up there or something? Where does he get them from? There's plenty of them.
Dare I say, mate, they're just south of Avoca Beach. Does that Avoca Beach? It's where they get them from? No, they get them from schools. They get them from everywhere, and of course, but they're a motivated boat club. Have been for a very long time, and I'm proud to say that I used to row with Mick's father back in the early '60s when he was just finishing and I was just starting. A terrific bloke, Rex Norman. You all remember Rex, who was an official for many years, and they're a very strong boat club. And Mick's got his own son rowing as well, and Peter, his brother, or sweeping, I should say. But anyway, we're looking out there, and we've got the crews from right to left. Actually, is the way it's Surf Squirrel Sneaky Nuts. We gave them a rap before, and they're leading out through that bit of white water. McMaster's Beach UFCs will be sitting in second spot at the moment. Wanda Chuppa Chups are in alley 2. They'll be sitting third. And the crew, there was some work to do over in alley 1, is the Coogee Krabby Patties. But it's a diagonal line from 1 to 4. And the one that's leading at the moment is the South Curl Sneaky Nuts. Oh, gee, they're rowing well, Griffo. They've got a rocket up under the tuck there somewhere, I think. We better do a bit of a check on that boat. The South Curl Sneaky Nuts. As I said before, all this broadcast here is going live stream. I believe it's being recorded to be shown at some point in tonight or the not too distant future. But anyone watching this is watching a great spectacle here at the Australian Surf Lifesaving Championships boat section at North Kira Beach. We transferred back from the Broadbeach precinct where we were yesterday. The surf was just a little bit too big to cope with the younger crews, and we've come back down to North Kira. And we've seen plenty of terrific racing here and Australian Championships here at North Kira before today. But looking out to sea, we can see the McMaster's Beach UFC are picking up a nice run. It won't bring them up onto South Curly Sneaky Nuts, who are a wave in front. Then a wave behind them are the Wanda Chuppa Chups. So look at that, Griffo. How good a sight's that? 3 boats, not on the same wave, but on alternate waves as they're coming back through, just about come through the gate cans. Oh, no, Wanda, don't lose it there. And there's, unfortunately, they've done a bit of a slew. All vital points to see who's going to qualify out of these under-19 crews to go through into, I assume, it'll be quarterfinals with the number of crews we've got. Not sure about that. Someone will correct me. But there's only 1 knockout round, is there, before finals? Okay, well, that's the word. And then a final.
20 through elimination, but there's a few scenarios.
Okay, we've got...
What you said is right. There's 1 knockout round. He just
Yep.
avoid elimination.
I get confused. Give me too much information, I get confused.
There's something that goes... So's with the...
live streaming now. Live.
Oh, just can I just borrow that for a sec?
Yeah.
Okay, we've just been informed, if you want to ring up your mates or whatever, we are live streaming now on YouTube. And that's on the ASRL website, live streaming now on YouTube. So if you've got your mates sitting at home in Perth or over in the Costa Brava or in London or wherever they want to hook onto the ASRL website on YouTube, you'll be able to watch what we're doing here live, right across this wonderful world of ours.
Still got that biro? I've lost 2 already this morning.
Well, don't lose that one. Hang on.
I've got video of all the turns from this morning too, fellas.
So we're now down to Heat 6 of the under-19 male. We've got in alley 1, freshwater melons with Peter Oban. South Curl Underdogs are in alley 2. Maruya Braddocks are in 3, and Northcliffe Tornadoes are in 4. Damien Claypan, of course, he's no stranger to standing up the back of a surfboat, Griffo.
Mate, he's not. In fact, a relatively young man, and you know where I'm talking from, don't you? I'm a relatively elderly man. But anyway, Damien, he's a wonderful advertisement for surf lifesaving, a wonderful advertisement for surfboat racing. And he holds 10 gold medals at Australian Championship surfboat racing. An absolute wonderful performance. Now, as far as these this crew is concerned, he's got the Northcliffe Tornadoes. That's them right down on the southern side. Didn't get off the beach all that well. Look at that. Now, there's a bit of a surprise. Damien was taught his sweeping prowess by his dad, Gary. You see a lot of father and sons combinations, don't you? But that's what happens, and when Damien can't, through pressure of business, can't take them for training or something like that, good old dad, Gary, he steps in and away they go. And this can attribute in no small way to Damien's absolute wonderful success. Now, he's gained on this third place crew at the moment. He didn't get off the beach very, very well at all, but he's occupying equal third position at the moment. In first position, I reckon the one we've got is Freshwater Melons on the left-hand side. They got off the beach nicely. Well, I think they're just... No, I think the one alongside them has outrode them to the cans. This is the South Curl Bob Lowry's lot, the South Curl underdogs. Gee, did they? They weren't underdogs yesterday, were they? The inaugural short course champs in both men and women. And around the cans goes the leaders. Look where Damien is now. He's going around the can. That's them, the Northcliffe on the right-hand side. He's caught them at the cans after giving them all a couple of lengths at least at the start. Let's see if he can hold that position as he comes in. Northcliffe on the right-hand side. Alongside Northcliffe is the Maruya Bradcocks. I understand that's Bradley Cox. Would that be right? Grad Copping, okay. Okay, well, that's them there, second from your right-hand side. The one alongside him on the left-hand side, the South Curl underdogs. They're certainly not underdogs here either. They're taking the fleet out after the Tornadoes from Northcliffe. And there's a wave build-up now for Maria Bradcocks. And also the one building up behind the Freshwater Lemons over on the left-hand side. Now, this will make it very, very interesting in the final analysis here. They'll probably all be together. Damien's got no assistance at this point in time with the Northcliffe Tornadoes, but he's still out in front. The one from South Curl underdogs. Challenge him now. It's going to be a four-boat finish. I reckon if one dips out, it might be the Freshwater Melons. But on the right-hand side, it's Northcliffe Tornadoes. They're clear. They got a little way behind them now, I reckon, the Northcliffe Tornadoes. But then again, it's very, very difficult to pick them from here because there's a bit of a bay shape of the beach. So it's the Northcliffe Tornadoes with Maria Bradcocks and South Curly underdogs and the Watermelons from Freshwater in fourth place.
Okay, we'll just wait for those results. They'll be coming through shortly. We're not trying to give everyone announce all the results at this stage because there's plenty can happen before it actually is all official, isn't it, Griffo? Yes. But anyway, we've under 19 male.
No way. What do we do, mate? Watch out there.
That's funny. Okay, under 19 male, as we said before, Australian Championships, Heat 7. We've got McMaster's Beach Yellow in Alley 1. Currumbin Meerkats are in 2. Freshwater Fruit Loops, of course, they're from Sydney Northern Beaches, and Mullinu Big Rigs, all the way from Western Australia in Alley 4. So we've got, two from New South Wales, one from Queensland, one from Western Australia. Czech starters just organising them into their line. Of course, to remind anyone who's maybe watching this live stream, all these athletes, they're all surf lifesavers. They all wear their red and yellow hat and they all do their patrols. They're not only boat rowers, but they're also competent surf lifesavers with many, many skills for resuscitation and just saving lives. And you never know when you're going to be called on to use those wonderful skills you've taught as a young person, as a lifesaver. Okay, there goes the cannon, Griffo, and he's got them away. All four crews have just jumped away nicely off the edge. No particular advantage at this point of time, although the crew that might have an advantage, the Currumbin Meerkats. They're swept by Ben Elliott. Lovely start from them. And down on the right-hand side, the Mullaloo Big Rigs with Stuart Clark. On there on the blue and white boat on the far right-hand side in Alley 4. And the crew that was probably just a little bit tardy off the start was the McMaster's Beach Yellow in Alley 1. So right-hand side crews, Alley 2, Currumbin Meerkats, Freshy Fruit Loops. It's Freshwater Surf Club, of course, in Sydney Northern Beaches. And Mullaloo, not far from where we had the Australian Championships last year over at Scarborough Beach in Western Australia. The outside break, I think that swell's settling down a bit now, even though we're just seeing a bit of white water out on the break, which the crews can. They've got enough boat speed, of course, before they get to that to just drive through that white water. The crews are driving their legs, sweeps on them to come on, boys, lift it up, get enough speed. So when that wave breaks, they just lift their oars, lift over the top of the white water, and they're ready to take their next catch when they drop down the other side. And these are under 19s, of course. The older crews just do it without even thinking about it. They've been doing it all their lives. The younger under 19s, some of them are still learning, and they'll go on and learning for many years. But by gee, there's some class crews amongst them. But the first crew to go around at this stage looks like the Currumbin Meerkats. Currumbin Meerkats just down the road, up the road from here. Currumbin, of course, is the location of the wonderful Anzac Dawn service that's filmed by Channel 7, and it goes right around the nation. It's a very, very moving Anzac Dawn service. If you get an opportunity, if you're up here, go to the Dawn service, but if not, tune into Channel 7 and watch the Ron Workman, who does a lot of work into making that happen. Over on the right-hand side, the Mullaloo Big Rigs picking up a nice wave. Won't bring them up onto the Currumbin Meerkats at this stage, but Freshy and Mullaloo side by side to pick up the miners. That's McMaster's Beach. McMaster's Beach over on the left-hand side in Alley 1, just trying to. He trailed them. He's getting them back into their seats. And just about to hit the line now will be the crew from Currumbin, the Meerkats. Ben Elliott, he's the sweep for Currumbin. And stroke for stroke now for the Freshy Fruit Loops and the Mullaloo Big Rigs. And it's all vital, of course. Just one little error here and one misplacing back to second or third or fourth can cost you a spot to go through and qualify into the next round, depending how they've gone previously. We could have a little bit of a bingle going on here. No, it's safe as.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, wonderful boat club, Currumbin. And Benny, one of their younger sweeps, knows a little bit about it though. Benny used to have an A-grade crew, but they were posted in different parts of the world, and he's now got this crew here, the Meerkats, and he's been rowing, well the crew has been rowing very, very well in the Southeast Queensland Summer Series of races. Which one are we at now? This one? No, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, boats moving down to the water now in the final heat of round three, I should say. Final heat of round three. Yeah. Oh. Of the under-19 male, we got the Collaroy Stitches. Mile, is it? Who's that? M-A-R.
Mark Reese.
Mark Reese with them. The North Cronulla Yaps Juniors. Steve Swain. Well, good luck, Yappy. Maroochydore Force, Michael Brooks, more commonly called Migsy, and the chairman of the Australian Surf Rowers League. And Noosa Heads Peacocks in 4, Davey Toomba. A wonderful young sweep from Noosa. Got Noosa going extremely well. We had a carnival at Markula, it was supposed to be at a couple of months ago, well, 6 weeks ago. Noosa turns up with 44 rowers, which may be fairly par for the course down in Sydney, where you've got a lot more people to choose from. But up here, fairly rare. 44 rowers, 11 crews. And David Toomba and Mick Gardner, probably the two premier sweeps from Noosa. Okay, now they're going out quickly, so the tide is still probably on the outbound journey. The leading three crews have safely made it out into the wide blue yonder, and they're the Collaroy Stitches, North Cronulla Yaps Juniors, and Maroochydore Force. And right now, the Noosa Heads Peacocks have safely made it out. So they're all out there. Yesterday, I can tell you, it was a real bonus to get out there. What a wonderful day's racing we did have yesterday. But nevertheless, we're here today, and it's a beautiful day. A lovely Queensland day. We only get about 300 of these each year.
Yeah, right.
And Mike Tamlin says, yeah, right. A note of derision there, I think. But anyhow, there goes the three leaders. Look at them. Going around the cans, locked together. Collaroy Stitches, North Cronulla Yaps Juniors and Maroochydore Force. And around now go the Noosa Heads Peacocks. On the inbound journey, and even though they went out pretty swiftly in the outbound, I reckon they'd probably come home faster on the inbound. And look at them. These two on the left-hand side are going to anyway. Look at the nose little wave out there. Collaroy Stitches on the left-hand side. North Cronulla Yaps Juniors on the right-hand side. And they're coming into the gutter now. Into the deeper waters where you might see the waves fill up too much and they might drop them off. But on occasions you can come right through. Whoops. A little one there, Collaroy Stitches. Little brooch to the south there that cost him a little bit there off the wave. But the old dog, North Cronulla Yaps Juniors, Stevie Swain, he held it a little bit longer. And like he's going to be hard to keep out from here. Steve Swain, here he comes. Gee, they've got crews to spare at North Cronulla, mainly because of the tutorship and the involvement of older members like Steve. And into the beach he comes. Well done. North Cronulla Yaps Juniors in first place. In second, Collaroy Stitches. In third will be Maroochydore Force. Now there's a young man with a future, Maroochydore Force. Chairman at this particular time of the Australian Surf Rowers League, Michael Brooks. And on the right-hand side in fourth position, Noosa Heads Peacock, swept by Davey Toomba.
I'll get Andy up for these ones, eh?
Go ahead, North Tower.
I'll have a call with Andy. I haven't had a call with Andy today.
Andy, can you hear this? Andy Hoban.
First down at North Cronulla, over.
Yeah, you've been up here for a while. I don't mind. That's all. Just standing down there. I'm happy to share it around.
I'll go and get Andy.
I haven't had a call since the first call of the day, when I was the only one here. I didn't do the whole 8 of the first round of the mail. That's down at 23 minutes. Yeah.
So where's the order of that sheet?
Underneath, that's right.
If you want to call the rest of this round, over.
You just said the under 20, under 19 male, wasn't it?
Yes.
So now we're under 23s.
Yep.
And here they are.
Okay, mate. Down here. This is round 3, that's it. Leave your pen here if you can, in case I need it. I've dropped a couple of some of this one, and I'm not saying that somebody's stolen.
I go Andy when he keeps losing.
Yeah.
If you lose that, you're fine.
Yeah, if you lose that, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I won't get another one. Beautiful. You sure that's yours? The only thing I'm sure of is it's not mine.
Alan, I've just got to pedal up to the club, mate, for a beer. Don't want to double you up or...
Mate, you got big legs. Hey, that cycling has done you the
Oh,
world.
it's just made it. It's made a man out of me. I'm going up for a beer.
You're going up for a beer, where you going, mate?
They're going to get pretty cutthroat now. 1 o'clock after 1.
Yeah, well, there's 3 rounds of round robin, and 1 knockout rounds, and then the final. Bird Hunt.
Hello.
Mate, would you like to say hello to the masses?
No. There's only one bloke up there dribbling, you don't need 2. Is that awesome?
Where is it? I would say the mass. I'd call them the angry mob. What have you done, huh? What have you done?
No, it's the truck in front of you, Griffo. Stop panicking.
Yeah, righto, Bucko. Don't fall off the bike. Hey, Bucko. Look what happened to me when I fell off mine. Can you see that? I was only 82 when it happened. G'day, mate. Hey folks, now 3rd round of the under 23 female. Let's see what we're looking for. North Mondi Shredders, Newport Thunder, Tallabudger at 2 strokes. Red Beach, New Zealand Rabbits. Good luck to our visitors from the Kiwi Isles. Mona Vale La La Ladies, the La La Ladies from Mona Vale. There's a bit of Matthew Collins about that name, the La La Ladies. He's got some French in him, I'm sure. Okay, down on the right-hand side, the La La Ladies get out pretty well. It's close enough to being a line of 4 at this early stages. One that probably needs a little bit of work is the North Bondi Shredders over on the left-hand side. What's that? Where do you want them? Where do you want them? A call to the boat panel. I can't remember the lot, but I tell you what, there's Nathan Perry, Damien Clayfan, Drew Griffiths. That's 3. Not a bad start. The boat panel to meet with Craig Williams right in front of the announcing area as soon as you can hot-foot it up here. The boat panel. Michael Brooks, that's another one. That's 4, not a bad start. Michael Brooks, Damien Clayfan, Drew Griffith, Nathan Perry. Okay, there's a couple of them there already, but look up Craig Williams. He wants to talk to you. The boat panel. Rod. Okay, Rod, look, mate, we are into the round 3, the under 23 female, and they're almost out to the cans. The one that needed a little bit of work on the left-hand side was the North Bondi Shredders, but they've caught the field almost. Let's see what's happening out there. There's 2 of them, 3 of them. 3 of them going around, and that 3 is the Newport Thunder, Tallabudger at 2 strokes, and Red Beach, New Zealand Rabbits. Hello. The Kiwis are competitive. And around now goes the North Bondi Shredders, the French ladies from Mona Vale, the La La ladies from Mona Vale turning in, what would that be, 5th position on their way back. Let's see what happens on the way back, Rodney.
Yeah, Griffo, plenty of opportunities here. The field's fairly close together, so just coming into the wave area now. And as you mentioned, the Red Beach, New Zealand Rabbits looking pretty good here. 3 crews actually catching that little run. North Cronulla, Tallabudger and Newport Thunder. So Newport on the left, Tallabudger in the middle with that blaze on the front of the boat, and the New Zealand crew. They've really run that one, Griffo, pretty much from the from the turning can. So really good surfing there. Now can they finish it off? Tullabudgera with the better of it. Just working it, and just behind them now on the left-hand side, Newport Sunder. Do you reckon the Kiwis might take this too? They're right there. Good on them. Good on them, Red Beach. So that's round number 3, heat number 1 of the 23 ladies. Done and dusted. And all 5 crews doing pretty well there. The others just a wave behind. So we've got 4 heats here in round 3 of under 23 female. And the next one, North Narrabeen Chickpeas. North Cronulla Funky 23 women. North Cronulla Joeys. South Maroubra Motley Clue and Bulgola Beach.
Pauline Perkins. How are you, Polly? Where have you been? Hang on. Okay, 1, 2, 5. Got that. Mate, it's very, very dull. What did I hear? Fucking Browley Steaks. How dull can you get? Eh? Wrong number.
Tomorrow.
What did I tell you? It was 1.
Check starters just lining them up here for heat number 2. And a great job today to 2 check starters. You can see those blue and gold blades of North Cronulla Funky. Gee, they really stand out, Griffo. Funky blades. Starter gets them away. Little bump for these crews, won't worry them. And a good run out there on the left-hand side for the North Narrabeen Chickpeas. They've got away really well. North Cronulla now electing to go with them. And over on the far right-hand side, the Bulgola Beach Rippers.
Something about funky.
Funky?
Yeah, right. You mentioned the funky blades from North Cronulla. Well, I'll tell you something. There's a quiet man who's really brought something to surf boat racing in this country. He started his career in surf boats with Allura. As I said, he was a quiet man. We used to call him the quiet man over the PA. But if you listen, he's a font of knowledge. And I'm talking about, of course, Mark McDonald. He's really hit his straps since going down to North Cronulla. It is North Cronulla, isn't it? And he's brought something to the sport. And it's absolute credit to himself. And, of course, the crews that he sweeps.
Good words here, Griffo. And 2 North Cronulla crews in this one, the Funkies and the Joeys. So Bulgola just punching through a wave. And we'll get a better feel for it when they come up to the gate cans. But on the left-hand side, North Narrabeen Chickpeas, they got a very good start and had a nice little run out there, and they've taken advantage of that. And also on the right-hand side, just going around now, Bulgola Beach Rippers. So they're first around, the Bulgola girls, are little rippers. Funkies go round now, equal second with the North Narrabeen Chickpeas. So heading for home and into the wave area. This is where the excitement starts. And Bulgola have got one building behind them on the right-hand side. Just see them now perched on it. They go down the chute. Oh, it's a steepie. Go round to Bulgola and bounce, bounce, bounce into whitewater. While the 2 crews on the left-hand side do really well. Good surfing there. North Narrabeen and North Cronulla Funkies together there on the left-hand side, looking for the 10 and the 9 points, where the right-hand side, not carnage, but a little bit, call it, back in control after a bit of side shooting. Is it? It is, yes. South Maroubra. South Maroubra, we think it's Beck Hamilton. Our lady sweep there, second from the right, and she does a fantastic job, Beck. She's waving her hand out the back there, and she's looking for assistance, I think, Beck. She's waving her hand, so I hope the... and a big one out the back going sideways. The rubber duck's right there, so good work. Good work by the officials there to see Beck. And to transfer one of the girls into the ducky. Or get the ducky to help them come in. So a few oars around the place out the back, Griffo. That was the other North Cronulla crew, the Joeys. So they need to get themselves back together. I don't know if they've got a sweep. It's a little wave building behind them. Yeah, was out to sweep the Joeys. Like the Joey kangaroo was no big mum, mate.
Yeah, Rod. All our systems are working here. You can see the sweep from South Maroubra. This is Beck Hamilton signalling for assistance. The IRB was with them within seconds, and I notice our first aid team going down the beach to meet the IRB when it brought the boat in. All our systems working well. The only one at a disadvantage now is the one that's out there on the left-hand side without a sweep oarsman. North Cronulla Joeys, I do believe.
I'm looking for Joey.
Joey's felt like a wave and departed the boat. I'm joking, of course. He wouldn't do that. In fact, they're rowing up against the swell for Joey to climb in. They've ignored any assistance from the IRB, which is good because it's a quick way to earn disqualification if you get outside assistance.
They're doing a good job. Here they go.
They are doing a good job. They're coming in without a sweep oarsman, and you try that sometimes. It's 4 rowers with an 8-metre boat. It's not easy, but they've kept it pretty straight without the assistance of a sweep oarsman.
That's where your strokes should learn how to sweep.
And into the beach they come. Well done without a sweep oarsman. A nice effort indeed by the North Cronulla Joeys. Okay, well, we'll get a report on those problems just as soon as we can for you. But everybody's safe ashore now. So what we might do is tell you that heat number 3, round 3 of the under-23 female division of racing is the Avoca Bridge Jotos, Noosa Heads Flamingos, North Cottesloe the Jills, Warriewood Angels and Coogee. No qualms. No qualms for Coogee.
Yeah, that's right, we could do it.
Boats lining up now for heat number 3, round 3. We're moving through the racing. This is the end of the third round of round robin from the under 23 female division. One heat to go after this one. Then I understand that the racing for the under 23 women will be one round of knockout. Where we will get ourselves down to a number to contest a number of crews to contest the semi-finals. Okay, well, the cannon gets them away. Here we go, Avoca Beach Jotos, Noosa Heads Flamingos, North Cottesloe the Jills, Warriewood Angels and Coogee, New South Wales, no qualms. A line of 5 at the moment. One on the left-hand side got a little bit of work to do, or they want to stay with this lot. That's the Avoca Beach Jotos. Never seen a bad crew from Avoca. I've got to say that because I've got 2 Avoca crew members up here on the announcing with me. The punishment is very severe if I say the wrong things. But let's see how the Jotos go. It's more up to them right now for Avoca Beach. They're still in it, going out fairly swiftly. Now, I did form an opinion earlier on today that on the way back, those on the southern side of the competition may have the advantage of the waves holding a little bit longer, but I don't know whether that's still current. That's on the way back.
Dave, they get through today.
We'll have a look at this lot.
I knew they had 28 points. Did you get them through?
Look at the one on the right-hand side now. They're going very, very quickly. Tell you that is Coogee, New South Wales, no qualms. Ooh, up and over the race they go. Going to face the whitewater again. No qualms from Coogee. Show them no mercy. Straight through the whitewater they went. They had some boat speed up. Handled it well. Look at the one next door to them. That's the Warriewood Angels. They chose to stop rowing and fire it up when that wave went by. But when they stopped rowing, they started drifting fairly well to the north quite swiftly. And you can see where they are now. They've got to come back a little bit now to find their correct can, but they've safely made it out. Veering into the can now, Coogee, New South Wales, no qualms. Around they go. I reckon second boat to go around will be North Cottesloe, the Jills. Third will be Avoca Beach Jotos, 4 Noosa Heads Flamingos, and 5 the Warriewood Angels. Heading back now let's have an educated look at this lot, Rodney, and we'll see what part of the draw is favoured most on the return journey. There's one on a wave there now. Let's see who that is. That's the North Cottesloe, the Jills. That's with the orange blaze down the bow of the boat. Whoa, look at the white water now behind the leader. That's Coogee, New South Wales, no qualms. Oh, caught them unawares by the look of it. They've broached to the south. That's cost them. And in the meantime, North Cottesloe, the Jills. And Avoca Beach on the far left. Looks like those two are the leaders at this point in time. Avoca coming home strongly on the left-hand side there. That might answer the question that I posed. What part of the draw has the greatest advantage on the way home? Well, it certainly suited Avoca Beach Jotos in this particular event. Look at this. They've come from about 3rd or 4th position and they're back into the beach first. Avoca Beach. I can remember saying I've never seen a bad crew from Avoca. Well, I haven't. Into the beach they come in first place. In second place was Coogee No Qualms. No, wait a minute, there's Coogee No Qualms still out there. North Cottesloe the Jills. North Cottesloe the Jills were certainly in 2. Now the 3 still out there. Coming in now is Coogee, New South Wales. There's a Coogee over in the west. It's not a really prominent boat club, but it pays for us to say Coogee, New South Wales. For years have been a prominent boat club. They're in 3. 4 will be the Noosa Heads Flamingos. I will go here. And 5, the Warriewood Angels. They were 5th position around the Cairns. They've come back through the gates. Warriewood Angels yet to finish. But, mate, as always, it's just a matter of time. The Warriewood Angels will come across the line in 5th spot.
Yeah, it's a bit of a squall coming in now, Griffo. So watch your tents, everyone. Make sure they're well anchored down. We've got 1 heat left to finish our rounds of the under-23 women. The score is on the board for the under-19 women, the cut-off of 20. So pop up and check whether you're in the eliminations or not. So for heat number 4, we've got Coolum Beach Chilies, St Kilda Storm and 2 Palm Beach Crews, New South Wales, the Phantoms and the Peaches side by side. Yeah, a little bit unlucky they're both drawn into 1 heat, but the computer randomises it. And you've got to go against everyone if you're going to get into these finals. Even your own club. Fantastic club up there, Palm Beach. Lots of crews. North Cronulla also with a couple of crews in this division. The Joeys and the Funkies. So this should be a good one. The Coolum Beach, Queensland crew, St Kilda from Victoria and 2 Palmies from Sydney Northern Beaches. (2019) Australian Surf Lifesaving titles right here at North Kirra. Under-19 men and women and under-23 women division. And we're going right down to the finals. Cannon shot gets them away. And the 2 Palmy crews in the identical boats there on the right-hand side. Get away well. Peaches probably just a smidgen ahead of the Phantoms. And all the Palm Beach crews beginning with P, of course. They're doing really well, the 2 Palm Beach crews, electing to go together. Coolum Beach just wallowing around a little. They need to get going. Nothing in the way of surf, though, to worry them. And St Kilda, Matt Corker there. Sweep had a busy weekend already, or a busy week, Matt. Gets his crew, the Storm, out through the break. A couple little waves building on the right-hand side for Palm Beach. The Phantom crew decide to go round. The Peaches go through the middle. Nothing too much there, though. Nothing to worry those crews. And St Kilda Storm now the ones with a bit of work to do to catch the Palm Beach crews. The Coolum Beach Chilies drop back a little. And they'll need to put a bit of pedal to the metal. Or metal to the pedal. Cop one on the nose, doesn't help. 2 Palmy crews pop up and over the other one. It's a good sight. Some good waves right out the back building now. And the Coolum Beach Chilies are going to cop a couple here. one and then the second one. A lot of white water there. He elects to prop. Now let the boat do the work. Meanwhile, the 2 pound beach crews go round. They're really taking this race on, the two of these crews, and they're just work their way out right side by side as if it's planned. Turn the cans together, and now they're entering the wave area together. Who's going to catch the first one, the Peaches or the Phantoms? Looks like the Phantoms on the top of one now. Certainly a really good run there. So the Phantoms, the first one's in. Now the Peaches caught a little bit short. Come down the chute of that wave. Sweep calls them aft. So the 2 Palm Beach crews again showing us how to do it. The Phantoms go through their gate. Three.
So we're taking 3, 6, 9, 12, 2 boats of 6.
That's it.
And then the final.
No, they've said a semi 1, semi 2. So they've got to do 12. They'll do.
That's 12.
They might do 3 4s and take. Well, I don't know.
Well, there'll be 2.
2 6s and then 2 4s. They're dropping 1. Yeah, they said 2 semis, but we might struggle for time.
Well, it might take only, they could do 6, 6, and the final. I think that's probably what they'll do. Scotty!
Still going, Grivo, still going?
Is that you, the old,
So can still the storm. Have to be content with the 3rd place there. And out the back, they've had a bit of a battle, the Coolum Beach Chilies. Sweep just running them over. He knows he's got to go through his gate can to get his points. Through the red gate can he goes. Of course, we don't know what other results they've had, the Chilies, through the early rounds. Looking here, they've had a 5 and another 5, so wouldn't think they would qualify. But anyway, they've done the 3 rounds, and I know they've enjoyed themselves. Here being the Australian Championships, 2019 Griffo. So we've got a draw for the under-19 male elimination. 4 heats, 3 to go through.
is that what we've got next?
No. Next up will be under-19 women. Under-19 female, round 3.
Some sweeps of that, you ready to use that or? Chase up some sweeps for you or too late?
Well, no, that's right. What do you got? You can jump up if you want. You're a bit leg weary.
So what's on now?
Under-19 ladies.
Like round 3 or is it
Round 3, yeah.
No stress now, just getting ahead.
We're just lining up for a start here. Under 19 ladies, round 3.
Andy, take that home and treasure it. Oh, thanks, mate.
That's what you got. We can read that one.
Yeah. Thanks, under 19, as Rodney's just said, an under 19, round 3, under 19 female. 6 boat contesting this. This is their last opportunity to get points, get enough points to progress through in this competition. You've introduced them, haven't you?
No.
No, you haven't. Okay, under 19 female, round 3, heat 1. Okay, heat 1. The field is McMaster's Beach Mai Tais in alley number 1 on your left-hand side. Alongside them, Mona Vale Assisted Drifters. That's a good wrap-up, isn't it? Dicky Beach Tushies in 3. Mooloolaba Mermaids in 4. The Grange Mahi Mahis in 5. And Avoca Beach Vagabonds in 6. The under 19 female looking for points to ensure that they make it through in the competition, and the cannon goes. Well, the wind has certainly got a little bit more stiff in the last 10 or 20 minutes. And you can see the effect on that. If it keeps going, you'll see the white gaps appear out there off Point Danger. A little bit of history. Take this up. Take us home with you. Point Danger, named by Captain Cook in 1770. He went round the point. He named 2 things: Mount Warning, just a few kilometres inland, and Point Danger. Must have had a bit of a wind. Okay, let's see what we've got here. 6 boats out here at the moment. One that didn't get away as well as they might have is McMaster's Beach Mai Tais over here on the left-hand side. The others, just about a line of 5. Mona Vale Assisted Drifters, Dicky Beach Tussies, Mooloolaba Mermaids, Grange Mahis, and in alley number 6 down there on the southernmost end, and doing nicely too, is Avoca Beach Vagabonds. Hitting the white water now. There's one there, hit one, Dicky Beach Tussies. They got through it. They had some boat speed up. Got through it okay. I think the Tussies settled down. Very close to the lead. They may have a share of the lead with Grange Mahis. Am I saying that right?
My cheese, is it?
M-A-H-I. I'm trying to say it with a Muslim accent. Okay, veering into the cans now. Let's see. We've got the Dicky Beach Tussies. I think they might still be the ones to go round, but they've got to row back against the wind a little bit. This will cost them. It'll cost a lot of them, though. They've all drifted down somewhat with these with this breeze, which has stiffened up. Okay, going around the cans now, it is the Tussies from Dicky Beach. When the finals are on, you'll find that they're always there. The Tussies from Dicky Beach, they're around and turning for home, and heading for home, I should say. Gee, they come out of the cans fairly stiffly too.
Avoca Beach Vagabonds.
Avoca Beach Vagabonds down there on the right-hand side. Here comes the Tussies on a bit of a wave. Now this is the same wave that's going to assist the Vagabonds. I think the Vagabonds were slightly in front when the Tussies got onto this one, but the shape of the wave is favouring at this stage the Vagabonds from Avoca down on the southern side. Oh, the Tussies broach a little way. The wave was filling up on them, and it dropped them off. The Vagabonds held that a little bit longer, and as a result, you can see the result. They're a couple of boat lengths in front. That's them on the right-hand side of the leading pair. The other one is the Tushies from Dicky Beach. But into the beach now, I'm going to be reckless here and put a one alongside the Avoca Beach Vagabonds. They are about to hit the sand. They have hit the sand now. The Dicky Beach Tussies, I'll give them 2. In 3 down there on the left-hand side, I reckon that's the Mona Vale Assisted Drifters. Is that Mona Vale? Yeah. They're in 3. 4 and 5 coming in now. That's 4, I reckon, would be the Grange Mahis. 5, the Mooloolaba Mermaid. No, that'll be 6. In 5 will be McMaster's Beach Mai Tais. And in 6th place, the Mooloolaba Mermaids. Yeah, they're right. Heat 2.
Okay, in the water now we have Heat 2 of under 19 female, round 3. Summit and Stingers on the left. Yamba next to them. South Curl, Humps and Bumps. Mona Vale Beast Mode in 4. McMaster's Divas in 5. And Noosa Head Spangled Drongos. These are named for you, Griffo, the Spangled Drongos. They're on the far right-hand side.
Yeah, mate, a very handsome native Australian bird, the Spangled Drongos. Mostly black, some white, and the spangled bit, I think, is the white spots on the breast, and they look quite attractive. They got some white feathers in the tail, but an Australian native bird, the Spangled Drongos.
Yeah, they've also got the bush turkeys up there at Noosa Heads. That's another one of their ladies' crews, so good to hear they're looking after the wildlife. And a pretty little spot up there at Noosa. Good people too, the Noosa Surf Club. I know many of the young Victorians have holidayed up there and asked to have a row, and they've been very, very hospitable to the young kids, giving them a crack in the Noosa boats and making them feel really welcome. The only thing is they row about 5 in the morning, so you've got to be up pretty early. Sparrows fart. Anyway, we're in the starter's hands here with this Heat 2. Starters flags are up. Summit and Yamba, South Curl, Mona Vale, McMaster's and Noosa Heads. Ooh, a bit of work out there for these under 19 girls now. Strong winds. South sou'wester come in. Pretty grey there over the Tweed. Looks like it might even be raining in New South Wales, Griffo.
They get more than us down there, mate. They get more than us. Actually, jokes aside, a very fertile area, northern New South Wales. Beautiful spot. One of Australia's garden areas, northern New South Wales, the Tweed River. A very, very beautiful spot.
Nicely done. Poof goes the cannon, and the smoke got away pretty quickly. I reckon that smoke will just about be in Currumbin by now. So away they go, and the far right-hand side, the favourite. At this stage of the game of racing, there's nice flat conditions there, and they get away well, the Spangled Drongos. McMaster's Divas trying to go with them. And in fact, those 4 crews on the right-hand side all got the better start. The left-hand side here, Summit and Aaron Tannehill their sweep, and Yamba struggling a little bit on the left. They got hit early, and just a few more waves about at that time.
Quite interesting to see Aaron. I used to call him young Aaron, but he's grown up now. Coming from a great surfboat family, Scott Tannehill, one of Australia's gun sweeps for the last, what would you say, 20 years? And Aaron following in his footsteps. Scott, a Victorian, Aaron across the border into New South Wales. But he's certainly a live wire, and we'll see a lot more of Aaron, I'm certain.
Yeah, very true. Some of those famous surfing families. I spoke of the Pettigrove family on Monday at the Masters. Old John and his son Gary taking it on now. Back shoot now for those two crews, Summerton and Yamba. So they haven't had it all their own way really on the left-hand side there. And I think Yamba copping it there with the back shoot. Now they're rowing again, but a lot of work to do in this one. Out the back on the right-hand side, we've got the Noosa Head Spangled Drongo still doing really well. McMaster's Divas right there with them. And coming into the equation, Mona Vale Beast Mode also doing well. They're just coming up to the cans now. I can see the red can, South Curl, Humps and Bumps. They're going around now. A bit hard to see it if you're on the beach, but we've got a fairly good vantage point here on the back of the ute. And all crews now around on the right hand side. Poor old Yamba and Summerton still getting hit there on the left. So I reckon if I was in the draw on the right hand side, I'd be pretty happy. South Curl, Humps and Bumps looking for a wave. Running on this one. Opened up a really handy knee now. So if he's on the ready, he's looking pretty good because he's coming right for the gate can. A really good sweeping there by South Curl. The other two crews following up now on a wave, Mona Vale Beast Mode and McMaster's Divas. Noosa Head Spangled Drongos have to be content with the wave behind. And Aaron Tannehill does some stitching, some knitting from out the back. He caught a beauty there, called his crew after Summerton Stingers. But they're lying in position. Now McMaster's and Mona Vale race to the line, the all-important second place before we add up the points. Good win there it was to the South Curl, Humps and Bumps. They're high and dry and well and truly home. Second place getters coming in now, Mona Vale and McMaster's, and Noosa in fourth place. And a good wave for Aaron Tannehill on the far left-hand side. Actually got a few good waves coming home. Finished not too far off the pack. Oh, that'll be about 3, yeah. Between 2 and 3. Now 4 down the bottom. Summerton 5. Now Yamba copping one out the back. A big one behind them again. In the whitewater this time. Ooh, just electing not to go for that. Probably a good decision. Just settle down and look for something just that little bit easier. Now there's another big one behind them. Sort of in a drop zone here. Breaks on the sweep. But he's done really well. If they want to. Yep.
What's next?
We've still got the under 19 female, so that's got to go. What's that one?
Under here.
What's that one?
This is the under 23.
Back up to back after the 19 men.
I don't know whether that's.
You got the 19 men here.
Hang on, what do I turn over here?
Actually, I think the under 23 female is.
Yeah, it's next.
No, we got that one then. Yeah, it's next.
That's round 3, wait a minute.
You've got to go like this.
Final, yeah.
Here we are.
That's right. Under 19 male.
Well, you got that there, and you got the 23. No, we haven't had that.
And we?
No, we're still doing this. Still got another 2 races. Yeah, we want a break. We're a bit leg weary.
Now, what's on? This is heat 2. This is round 3.
Yeah, that one's
23
done here.
female.
Yeah, we need heat 3 of the under 19s, Griffo.
Heat 3 of the under
Yeah, no,
19.
just checking that.
From the top. 5, 6, 1, 3, 2, 4. First race going to South Curly, A3.
Heat 3.
South Town Creek for that call. Chief Coach, you copy
What
that?
do we want here? And I can't find it
Chief
quickly.
Coach copy. Copy recorders. Recorder copy.
What we've just had is the under 19 male. Oh, that's round 3. Now, what we've just had is under 19 female.
Hey, he's gone up there. You're on, Andy.
Yeah, come up, Andy.
You're on me. Right, us two.
The A team are taking over.
You're Baker too.
5, 6, 1, 3,
Under 19 female. We've just had that.
So what's in the water? Can't. Make sure we take this home with us.
recorder copy.
That's ours, is it?
Yeah, with that and that.
Oh, that's
Under 19 female.
What have we got up there?
This is the under 19 male elimination. Under 19 male elimination.
We're going to draw for it.
Yeah, I think we've got it here. Female, male, there you go, elimination. 3-3. Okay,
So
pen
is
back.
that, I've got my pen back. So this one is, that's Queenscliff out there and they're not on this list. What race is it?
Under 19 male.
Well, Queenscliff in the water and Avalon over there, and I can't see them here.
Okay,
Go ahead, Northtown.
what have we got there on the left hand side? Cool Beach, quick covers. I reckon you might have.
We've got Queensy, Avalon on that right hand side there, and then that.
Yes, that's correct.
I think they're there. Is it that? Queenscliff Rockets? Brighton with the red caps, I think that's what's in the water, isn't it?
Yeah, must be. Must be.
Okay, thanks, Griffo. We're just having a changeover in the commentary team now. We'll welcome my old mate Andy Hoban up to the top if he can get up here. Okay, we've got round 3, heat 3 of the under 19 female on the water. And we've got Brighton Burritos in 1, Torquay Jets are in 2, Noosa Head Scrub Turkeys are in 3, Warhope Bonnie Hills the Boatettes are in 4, Queenscliff Rockets over there in 5, and Avalon Beach A in alley 6. Let's make sure we got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can only see. Queensy 11 on were there and Brighton were there, so it's going to be the right place. Right. There's that going around. How good's your eye, Andy? All right, of course, the tide's going out. The race is about 50 or 60 metres shorter than it was earlier today. Might have been a bit longer. Haven't been timing the races on these, but over on the right-hand side, no mistaking who's the 2 leaders are, and that's Queenscliff Rockets and Avalon Beach A. Peter Carter's on the stick, and they've, both those crews slewed. One to the left and one to the right. Looks like there must have been something in the way. They both veered away from it. But Avalon have got a bit of work to do to come back. The gate can's only about 10 metres off the water's edge now. But Queenscliff coming through with their distinctive cleaver blades, and they'll comfortably come through to take out what I believe is heat 3, round 3 of the under-19 female. Over on the left-hand side, the Brighton Burritos. I think that's Torquay Jets. Brighton Burritos are way over on the left-hand side. Warhope Bonnie Hills. We seem to have lost a crew. But anyway, we'll get the results of those and tell you all about in a minute. Bit of a change in the weather since we were standing up here a few minutes ago, Andy. We've got, even though this is going live stream right around the world, we've got the sunshine of the Gold Coast has just dissipated a bit. We've now got a bit of a squall seems to be threatening from the southern side. The southeasterly breeze is strengthening and just makes it a bit harder for the crews, of course, with the wind on the water. So be so careful of your blade work as you're going out through this with coming as a crosswind. And of course, once you turn the cans, well, instead of having a tailwind, having a crosswind is a bit of an assistance, but it's not preferable to having a wind right up your tail to drive you home. So as we say, this is live stream across through the ASRL website, YouTube. So as I said before, if you want to ring up home and tell them to have a look at what's going on here, we've got the one camera here, doing our best to keep up with the commentary. But as right at the moment, we've got heat 2 of the under 19 female on the line. Okay, it's not heat 2 at all, it's heat 4. And there goes the gun. There goes the gun, and he's got them away now. We've been alley 1, we've got the Metropolitan Caloundra Mini Matadors. Dicky Beach Dandelions are in 2. North Cronulla Bluey Blazers are in 3. North Cronulla Boffs are in 4, side by side. And Currumbin Valkyrie down there in alley 5. I can see 5 boats, and that's what we wanted to see. And there's pretty much a straight line across over on the right-hand side would be the North Cronulla Boffs with Michael Bowfinger. He's been doing some good work there with the North Cronulla, as we were saying before, the multiplicity of crews they've got down there at North Cronulla, 23 crews or something they've started the season with. Unbelievable. But a lot of sweeps and a lot of gear to look after, and but by gee, what a powerful club North Cronulla have been in surf boats as long as I can remember. And as looking out here, they would be the crew that would just have their about half a length in front as they're heading into that white water. In heat 4 here of the under 19 females. Nothing between them as they're all going to hit this white water pretty much the same. Only about half a length between all 5 crews as they're going into this strengthening southeasterly breeze. This back brake is enough to North Cronulla just copped one and just knocked them a little bit sideways, which took the run off the boat. Over on the right hand side, of course, the Currumbin Valkyrie. How do you say that? Valkyrie. Jeez. Okay. Left-hand side crews are copping a bit of a bashing over there with that white water coming through. Oh no, who's that in a bit of trouble there? Oh, that would look like the Dicky Beach Dandelions came to a lot of grief. Hit the white water, hit them sideways and rolled them over. Can't see the heads from here, but I'm IRB's there right on top of them to make sure everything's okay with that crew. Very forgiving stuff, water. It's amazing. Crews can get smashed around, and it's we're all very fortunate to be rowing in this. But anyway, out the back, the crew that's just about to go into the turn would be still heading into their turns. I still reckon North Cronulla's got their nose in front. Bow in front, I should say. Under 19 females. And what great athlete these under 19 girls are. Right, gee, they train hard, as we were saying before. They work just as hard as the senior open men. They're doing all their erg work. They're doing their weights. They're riding their bikes. They're doing everything right to come here to the Australian Championships. And this is the culmination of a whole season of work. They've been competing since probably October last year. Not every weekend, but most weekends, and certainly training during the week. Anyway, here's a nice wave building up behind the North Cronulla crew, and the two North Cronulla crews, I should say. We've got North Cronulla Blueies and the North Cronulla Boffs. Whoa! Now he's just lost it. So I think that was North Cronulla Boffs that just came to grief. We've got the Dicky Beach Dandelions and what I think is the Blue Boat, and North Cronulla Blueies are in the centre. Metropolitan Caloundra, correction. Thanks, Andy. So that wind and that side drag, it's having a big effect on the crews as they're trying to come through. So right at the moment, the two crews from North Cronulla have just come through the gate cans. The yellow and blue helmets, they're all wearing helmets in this today. The surf hazard rating dictates that they need helmets on for rowing. So coming across the line, we've got I think it's the North Cronulla Blueies Blazers, Mark Lee, Bluey May and North Cronulla Boffs come through and taking first and second with the Dicky Beach Dandelions. I think that's Dicky Beach with the blue, Andy, or is that Met Caloundra? Not sure.
Dicky Beach Road.
No, that's right. Dicky Beach has still got their boat upside down out there in all sorts of world of hurts, trying to get themselves back home, basically. So that's done.
Chief Judge, Court Judge Sutter, over.
Right, heat 5 is ready, going down to the water for the under-19 female. The race had to be held up just a moment, just till we got a rescue boat out in the water, because two boats are trying to rescue Dickie Beach's boat from heat 4. So that's on the tow in now, so the rescue boat's going out on the right-hand side, so we're nearly ready to race. Right in 1 we have Collaroy, Silly Salmons. Maroubra in 2, the Sealettes. St Kilda Salamanders in 3. Freshwater Toucans in 4, and City of Perth Lunatics from Western Australia.
One, two, four.
1, 2, 4.
So from
Three.
DNF.
1, 2, 4.
1, 2, 4.
I don't know why I bother writing it down, because we don't ever look at it again anyway.
Check starters are set. Guns away. Cruiser now jumping into the boats. Collaroy in 1, Maroubra in 2, St Kilda 3, in 4, and City of Perth in 5. Right, as the boats get away from the edge, we see City of Perth in. They've had a great start down the other end. I can see 4 boats. Where's the 5th?
Collaroy there.
So we go through it.
I think Maroubra gone. I think I saw the boat going off the beach actually.
It's Collaroy.
St Kilda. Yeah.
Kilda.
Yeah, it looks like Collaroy's not in this race. Oh, sorry, the Maroubra Sealettes. So we have a race of 4. Collaroy, St Kilda, Freshie and City of Perth. So out in the front at this moment, down on St Kilda Salamanders. They're in alley 3. They're just going over the break now. Bit of white water for them to just get over top of. Up and over. Another little wave just behind that. Will they burst through it? They're on the shoulder. No, they're not. They're in the centre up. They've got to wait for another one to break. So it's a line of 4 now. City of Perth trying to get onto the shoulder of these of this break. They're heading down south, so if they can just sneak over this one, or there's one out behind them too to get over. So bit of white water for these 4 crews.
Who's in number 2?
Maroubra is out there.
Maroubra's out.
Well, who's missing?
It's got to be. Well, Maroubra didn't go through the gate.
St Kilda, is it? Kilda. That's a red, white and blue boat. Maroubra's colours.
Well, Freshie, who's missing? City of Perth. City of Perth or what?
Right, all crews are now got through the break, heading out towards the gate, towards the turning cans. And down in alley 1, City of Perth, the Lunatics, they've got their boat out in front. They skipped over that white water, much better than the other 3 crews. So here they go. They're going into their turn now. It's a quick trip home. Right, the bow's on. They're on the turn. Freshie Toucans are going around with them.
Is that Freshie's boat, John?
St Kilda's not there, is it?
No, that's Maroubra's boat, I think.
Well, that's the hole. That's the gap in alley.
So on the way back home, City of Perth have picked up the first run. They're coming back through that outside break at this stage, surfing it well. They've got the roller ship just gliding across, ready to do the power work across this bar now, across the channel. Established a great lead there, City of Perth.
Oh, Collaroy, not to bother.
Coleroy had a little bit of trouble there on that outside break. They just had to pull back because otherwise it would have nosedive. They sat on top of it, come down with the white water. Now if they can straighten up, they can get a kick along. St Kilda comes around there, Gate Cairns, so they're on their way home also, and here comes Coleroy. So across the line goes City of Perth.
That's freshy.
With the orange flash. With the orange flash on it.
Where's the other boat? We've lost the fourth one. Oh, they're in. Yeah.
So across the line comes Coleroy, St Kilda. And this is Freshie Toucans.
Yeah, it's a struggle, isn't it, when you're doing it? So what's next? Huh? Okay, we have a call from the boat referee. There is a sweeps meeting. A sweeps meeting will take place now at the notice board in front of the announcing stand here. A sweeps meeting, all sweeps. There'll be no more racing until that sweeps meeting has been completed. So if you can hear this, if you can't hear this, please pass it on to someone else who may need to be there.
Have you got the work party, mate?
No. Is that microphone still live, you guys?
It's just another call. Sweeps meeting now being held at the notice board. Sweeps meeting, have a look at it. They're all there. So come on up. Sweeps meeting at the notice board now. no one leaving their boats on the beach, so it must be on here tomorrow. On up there tomorrow. So there's no one leaving their boats on the beach.
That Dan's just like the goal. You want the jack?
Still a heap of eliminations.
We're running behind schedule here.
We have an elimination, semis, and then final.
So we've had eliminations, right? So in this one we're going to have 3 through, so there'll be probably the 12 left. When they finally have 4 races there, we've got to do the same for there, same for there.
So how many races do you reckon all up?
There's 4, about 8, 10. I reckon there'll be about 10 there. In here, should be 2 races, should be 4 there. Oh yeah, yeah. Be 4 there, be 4 there, and then 1, 2, 3. So 10, 18, 21, 21 at 8-minute turnaround. What's 21 by 8? 160. 160. Yeah. They can't do it. That's what they're gonna do. They might just go away. Have a savage cut now. Redraw and have a savage cut.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. You think?
Yeah, Chris, you're just saying there's a surge down in the yellow area, the other channel. Yeah, if they wanted us, they would call.
Yeah, when you work it out that way.
I'll go to the other channel and find out.
Because it's 2:15 now. So
Yeah, it's pushing it, isn't it?
yeah, they usually want to be first about 4, the latest.
4 at the latest.
They usually try to.
Jay, yellow area. White area, one big cup of time, not starting every Keep ready to go, 50.
What are they going to do, Tom?
I don't know. I nearly threw a rock at him when she said we're chopping the semis.
The girls are staying in.
I don't know, what sort of semis have you got?
Well, I worked in a store 20 races.
How many races? But she's still talking down there rather than thinking saying get in there. Permission to throw her off the cliff tomorrow.
4 races, they're running about 4 races.
Yeah.
As I said, they can't race after 4:30. Did you go and listen to that?
Yeah. Well, can't race under 4:30, start tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock.
They're worried about conditions up there.
Oh, he's okay.
And whether the under 19 girls could cope with it up there. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, but that's the final.
Lowest
That's
common
the best,
denominator.
It's the best under 19s in the country. Not a team of dogs.
They're moving the area south.
North, south.
South. They're moving the whole area
They've done
south.
that.
They're moving the cans out. So you've got regulation boat racing, well, close enough to it because we're getting so short. And they're dropping the semi-finals, one round of semi-finals, the under 19 men and the under 19 women.
So how does that work?
We don't need to announce that. They're dropping 4 races.
So they're doing now 16 races.
We don't need.
You can throw her off the fucking cliff. So,
Don't forget that's live. That's live. Then. We don't know what divisions are.
how many lots of semis did we have? 2.
Whatever recorded tomorrow.
So none of them, they've got 4 races. Hey, you blokes right then, we can jump up? Oh, you go get up there. No, we don't have to tell us, we're free.
Recorder tomorrow. Tomorrow, this is Jane. The recorders have gone for a walk. Copy that, Jane. Can you make a note, make sure that they know that semi-final 2, under 19 men and under 19 women, is now gone, which means that semi-final 1, for 19 men and 19 women, will be taking 3 from 6 rather than 4 from 6, which is what was on our original program. Over. Copy that.
That's why I said there's 10. Yeah, they've cut it off. That's all.
should be the keys in this car. The keys in this car, though, we could just roll through.
It's wait a minute. He's probably just
Under 19 surfboat male. 4 semis, 3 to go through, which will give us 12. And then 2 semis of 6, 3 to go through. Give us a final of 6. In the first semi, we've got Coolum Beach Quick Cobbers. Alley number 2, Maroochydore Force. In 3, Mona Vale Fluffy Ducks. Collaroy Stitches in 4. And South Curl Sneaky Nuts. Alley number 5, 3 to go through. Good luck all boys. That'll do fine. So the area has been shifted south to give us some deep water. And the turning cans are now being shifted south and out to sea. Getting down to the nitty-gritty now.
It's getting harder and harder.
Getting up.
Why didn't we go down further?
What do you mean?
Why didn't I go down there?
Why? What do you want to go down there for? You can see what's going on. Not going to get any closer to the action. Yeah, we can try.
Well, I can't see. You never fucking look there.
This is on air.
Well, why didn't we go down there?
Drive it down there, Griffo, if you want to.
Okay.
Frank, it's Bree. Do you read me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you send the lifeguards back down here when they finish? We've got another tower.
A Jeep in the road, but he's going to move.
We're down the steps.
How you going, Tom?
I've only got probably a couple of metres on you.
You just hit the car when you want to drive. The car. God help us. Oh, thank you. That'll do. Whoa!
We're just getting the area and then we'll just discuss the power as we get in there.
So that's better, isn't it?
Copy that, because it's so shallow down there. We could push the tower further back if you needed to get a lot bigger line on it.
Is that medical ambulance there for any reason, or are you waiting for someone to put in it? just adjusting the cans.
There is no change to the elimination numbers. So the elimination numbers of within under 19 women.
Mind you, this is live.
Copy that. Apparently there's something on the board that says it's 12. There's only 12 crews. Can we get that off the board and stay with 4?
Another can to the south.
Okay, well, what do we got?
I think on the water's edge.
3 through, so we're taking 3 This is number 1 semi.
Quarterfinal.
Yeah, quarterfinal.
Criminal. We fucked around for an hour telling us that.
Copy that.
And then finally they say...
Oh, we can't got enough time first thing to
Yeah, Janga.
3 hours of racing.
I reckon it's got to go out. Hey.
Listen up, listen up, listen up, big time. Under 19 female. Under 19 female has gone back to a field of 16. Well, there's a few happy little under 19 girls there.
It was 16, went to 12, now it's back to 16.
Righto, it was 16, it went to 12, it's back now to 16 in the under 19 female. So check the board, check the board.
We can't be heard down there at all. I can't hear you at all. I can only hear you when I walk back up. So we have to every time. Hey, Mick. Hey. It's a new style of commentating, is it? Yeah. Good.
I better turn.
Hey, good luck, Mick. Yeah, thanks, mate. You've got some underage crews. Yeah, we've got 5 under 19 crews there. 5 under boys and girls. Yeah. Wonderful. It is, yeah.
Where do you get them from?
Oh, they're just like
They breed them, they're all Normans.
Okay. No, well, Northcliffe have got a few ins at the secondary schools.
Yeah.
Things like that.
No, they're just like good kids.
Yeah, good on you.
Oh, they're a great bunch of kids too. They get in and do everything at the club, help out.
Well, I hope you get a result.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Good on you. She hates using the bloody red and yellow can, so it'll be starting on that black, green, red, white, yellow, so it'll be green.
While the draws are being done tomorrow, the order of events will be resi men, resi women, under 23 men, open women, open men.
Listen up again, listen up, listen up, and listen up. The order of events tomorrow. 7:30 start, we're having reserve men first. 7:30 start, gun goes 2 areas. So the Reggie's men, followed by the Reggie women, under 23 men,
Get off that trailer!
open women and open men. You got it? 23 men, 7:30 start, 2 areas. Reggie men, Reggie women, 23 men, open women, open men. 7:30, gun goes. Now down here,
You okay, Mickles?
Tamara, zombie.
Zombie go.
Are you starting on the green can?
Zombie will be going white back.
Copy that.
White, there's 350 signs there.
Racing this afternoon will be going from the white back. So the 5 boats in the under 19 men's quarterfinals will be off the green. Green, red, blue and white, yellow, white. Which gives us Coolum Beach, the quick Cobras. Cobbers. Maroochydore Force in 2, Mona Vale Fluffy Ducks, Collaroy Stitches, South Curly Sneaky Nuts.
Yeah, Don McAdam, go ahead. Okay, I'll repeat it, but I have to go very quickly. John Morgan got some bad
It is 3 through so that we end up with 12.
What else do you want?
2 of 6 and then stay to the final. That's correct, over?
Okay, no, it's ready. Wait, I'll have to go.
Yes, Megan, that is correct.
Okay, mate.
Yes.
I'll do the first one, you do the second, I'll do the third, you do the fourth.
And you know, if you want to chop and change, you can. If I have something that I want to say to you, I'll just say it, and you can say, you can respond and give it back. If you want to say something, just hit that.
Three or 4 metres.
Just hit that, and I'll stop and give you the thing. And
Want
similarly,
another,
I'll do it to you if I have something that I think is worthwhile saying. But all right, I'll do that. You go 1, 2, 1, 3. I'll go 2 and 4.
Two crews in his first quarter-final of the under-19s. Coolum Beach Quick Cobbers and Collaroy Stitches both got exactly the same cap. This is a test for the speaker. Test, test, test. Anyone hear me other than people at the notice board?
We're not going to be able to do anything about it.
Other than try and move the speaker, we could try and move the speaker, but I'm reticent to change their plugs, that's all. We've got some cable there, we could fiddle with it.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm a highly technical person, just can't use a phone. Yeah. We could hear it in the middle of the ocean.
We're going to stand here and talk, listen to
You've got
ourselves.
40-40 hearing.
40-40, yeah, that's right, I could hear.
Right, I'd say you what, have a go, mate.
Yeah, I was about where that yellow
Behind it. We're on air though.
I've just, Griffo, I put a call into Si. I don't like fiddling with their gear unless they tell me we can.
Well, if they're going to start this now, the rest
confirm
will
with
be
you,
able
we've
to
got
go down
top
again.
10 qualifiers.
You ever seen Andy and I in action, mate?
No, no.
Taking the top 3 into a final, a 6-boat final. Is that what you have on the board, over? That is correct, Mara.
Generator.
Okay, copy that. They may be looking at under 19 women, potentially.
Still a fair amount of people up here anyway that can hear.
Thanks, mate.
South Tower, North Tower, North Superline. That's it. Little line you got there, guys, yeah.
What are they waiting for, I wonder?
No. The ducks. Tears look okay to me. They don't look like they're that far enough to go okay. The tide's on the lake. Gee, that's been a while since you've worn that shirt. Dirty doesn't shirt. Been a while since.
Hey?
Been a while since you've worn that. When's the last time the Dirty Dozen performed?
What do you mean perform?
They're here today, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, right. The reform.
Never stopped.
Okay.
Never stopped.
Yeah, they took you over to Perth and places like that too, didn't they?
Say again, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You drove the north and in 3 or 4 metres, will be right. Righto.
19 shearless.
Yeah.
19 shearless. Underneath.
that's what we're up to, 19 female.
What is that we're not allowed to?
No, we're just going to... There's a few people here. Give us that. I'll just...
I'll walk down to see how far.
Okay.
Go to that channel 1010.
Well, folks, I don't know whether you've noticed, but we are not getting any closer to the action, bringing you a description of these races. In fact, we're getting further away. Now, there's no possible way that we can get our speakers to service that area down there where the racing is. So to start with, Zom and I will be doing the best that we possibly can. There's still quite a number of people up here under the tents who will be able to hear us. We hope to provide you with some interesting comment of what is happening out in the water. And what is happening initially will be the quarterfinals of the Under-19 Male Surfboat Championship of Australia. Now the first quarterfinal will be Coolum Beach Quick Cobbers. They're going into the water now. You might have heard a shrill whistle. That's the marshal getting them into the water. There's the Coolum Beach Quick Cobbers on the left-hand side. Maroochydore Force as two Queensland crews. Then we have three New South Wales crews. Mona Vale, Fluffy Dogs, Collaroy Stitches, and the South Curl Sneaky Nuts. And I do believe I heard the cannon get them away. Yes, they're racing down there at the moment. They're racing in the first quarterfinal of the Under-19 Surfboat Championship of Australia. Now the young fellas have got in very quickly. I'll pass you over to Zom to call you through this action.
Righto, thank you, Griffo. I've got a what's the word? Interest in this race. So we've got the South Curly Sneaky Nuts in this. Hang on a moment. Talk to Mike. What do I want to talk to him for? He's down there. Hello. Very even quarterfinal, this one. Sneaky Nuts look like they've got a bit of work to do. Oh, and it's getting all the rest of them well, so even out. The South Curly first one in the open surf is the Collaroy boys. Collaroy Stitches. South Curly Sneaky Nuts got over the bank with no water. And they are on the white can. So it's South Curly Sneaky Nuts and the Collaroy Stitches in alleys number 4 and 5. 3 to go through here, so who's it going to be? We've got alley number 3. Who's that? The Mona Vale Fluffy Ducks, also a good crew. So South Curly go round first, and that's my peculiar interest. That's blood in that crew. My blood goes through to that crew, Griffo. How about that? No one can hear us anyway, so don't matter. And the crew looking pretty good with South Curly. They're on a nice little wave, South Curly, getting a big lift and ready to row. But Maroochydore Force has come through in alley number 2, and the Collaroy Stitches. So the ones with a bit of work to do, Coolum Beach Oh, Coolum picks up this wave too. They'll all be, there'll be 3 on the one wave going for two spots. Coolum in the red hats. They both got red hats, Coolum and Coleroy, and Coolum's fallen off the back of the wave. So we've got Maroochydore Force and Coleroy Stitches coming into second and third. Oh, here comes Coolum again, and Coleroy's fallen back. But no doubting the winner there. That'll be the South Curly Sneaky Nuts in alley number 6. Race is on for the minors. Maroochydore Force has got their nose slightly in front. Oh, and Coleroy get a late kick. Oh, there we go. The out of Coleroy and Coolum, both in the red caps. And the last one to come in there will be the Mona Vale Fluffy Ducks, who performed pretty well going out.
Go ahead, South Tower. We have 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. First going to South Curl, over. South Tower agreed. 2 Jug copy.
Big Tower, can you read that to us again, please? Peter Hammersley, got a result coming in.
Emma, what is your grandson? What's his name?
Julian Mackay.
Julian
Elton's
Mackay.
son. Elton won his junior title when they moved it 30 years ago this weekend. And they moved it from North Burleigh to Coolangatta. And they've moved this one from Broadbeach to Mount Kira.
Okay, hang on. You can.
Well, don't mock it, because just say South Burleigh won it. Otherwise, put the mock on it for sure. I will. But there we go.
Hey folks, there goes the cannon for the second of the quarterfinals. We've got Bulleye Gold, Avoca Beach Wolfpack, Newport 10 Pounders, North Cronulla Yaps Juniors, and in alley number 5 we've got the South Curl Underdogs. 5 only contesting the second quarterfinal, the Under-19 Surfboat Championship of Australia. Now let's see, it looks from this angle here, we've got a line of 5 at the moment. Bulleye Gold, Avoca Beach Wolfpack, Newport 10 Pounders, North Cronulla Yaps Juniors, and the South Curly Underdogs. And look, it has been confirmed that the judges agree that the South Curl Sneaky Nuts have come across the line first in the first quarterfinal, so they'll qualify. We're taking 3 through. Second and third were Maroochydore Force, and third was the Coleroy Stitches. And I've got a very happy and proud man right alongside me. His grandson. What's his first name?
Julian Mackay.
Julian Mackay is a crew member of the South Curly Nuts, and Zom is a very proud person right now. Okay, they're coming into their cans now in the second quarterfinal. We'll see if we can pick them up for you.
Oh, Yappy's getting belted out there.
Newport 10 Pounders are not too far off the pace, but going around the cans, let's see. Already on the right-hand side, South Curly Underdogs, I think, are just marginally in front as they come into their can. Whoops. There's one turning up here on the left-hand side. Bulleye Gold. Bulleye Gold have hit the can, and they're going around now. Now, let's see. A few of them are going to hit the can very shortly. Alongside Bulleye Gold, Avoca Beach Wolfpack, not far out of it. The South Curly Underdogs have already turned. They're headed for home. Going into their can to turn now is the Newport 10 Pounders and the North Cronulla Yaps Juniors. Coming out of the can, let's see what we've got. Zom, over here on the left-hand side, we've got Bulleye Gold. And on the right-hand side, the South Curl Underdogs. They're coming out very quickly, these young fellas. They've been racing solidly all morning. and into the afternoon. And Bulleye Gold, look at the wave underneath them now. Look at the white water chasing Bulleye Gold along. And here comes the Newport 10-pounders coming over the face of a wave. Woo! They've fallen off it, so that took them a little way. Now there's one out there who've turned broach down to the south, and I'll tell you that's Yaps Juniors, I do believe. And the one on the right-hand side, the South Curl underdogs, racing through the gate cans now. That's the underdogs from South Curly on the right-hand side. In the middle, we got the Newport 10-pounders. Alongside them, the two on the left-hand side, Avoca Beach Wolfpack and Bulleye Gold. It's close. I reckon the Avoca Beach Wolfpack might have snuck to the lead here. The other two on the southern side have disappeared beyond the crowd, but I think Avoca Beach Wolfpack and Bulleye Gold, they'd be very close to qualifying. Couldn't see the two down the other side, South Curly underdogs and Newport 10-pounders. So we'd have to wait for the judge's decision there, but a very, very competitive heat. Quarterfinal, I should say. Quarterfinal number 2 of the Under-19 Surf Boat Championship of Australia.
I'll just tell you about Yappy. He's doing some race as well.
Oh, well,
go ahead.
Tell them how proud you are.
Well, it's a good day for not a good day for this grandfather, but not so much for Yappy there. North Cronulla Yappy, he's a legend in this sport, sweeping his own grandson today. They were with them all going out, and then he got smacked on the bank. He was the only one to get hit on the bank, but they rode very well to get back into it, and I reckon Yappy Swain would be proud as punch of his young fella. But we have the official results come through now. In 5th place there was the North Cronulla Yaps Juniors, as I just explained, getting hit on the bank. Then came Bulleye Gold in a very close finish with the other 3 crews. 3rd was the Newport 10-pounders. 2 was Avoca Beach Wolfpack, and South Curly underdogs led from start to finish of the race, and they take 1st place. So here we go again. Heat quarterfinal number 3 of the Under-19 Championship of Australia. Helensburgh Stanwell Park West Fund. Northcliffe Tornadoes. The Northcliffe Tornadoes, and I've been advised to watch them. North Cronulla Young Guns. They're in everything, aren't they? North Cronulla. Freshy Fruit Loops. And the Palm Beach, New South Wales Plumbers. State champs in New South Wales. The Plumbers and Northcliffe, eh? The Northcliffe Tornadoes in the blue boat. So as they go out across the moat, it appears to be Freshy. The Freshy Fruit Loops are off the pace a little bit there. And you can't afford to be giving lengths in this type of racing. See, there's Palm Beach, just got to climb through one. Well, no water taken on board there, they're right. And who's this up this end? Is Helensburgh Stanwell Park West Fund. Cop one on the bank. He's going to try and sneak around this one, but it's really knocked him out. And the other crew to go there, the Freshy Fruit Loops, they struggle to get across the bank as well, the outside bank that is. So it's looking pretty good here for Northcliffe Tornadoes, North Cronulla Young Guns, and the Palm Beach, New South Wales Plumbers. Stephen Cox, of course, sweeping them. New South Wales champs, but the Northcliffe Tornadoes and North Cronulla Young Guns have got Palm Beach at the moment, but they've got a handy lead on the other alleys 4 and 5, or position 4 and 5, the Fruit Loops and Helensburgh Stanwell Park West Fund. Waves coming up, and the crews are not holding back. They're taking them. They'll take anything that comes. 3 boats on the one wave and 3 to go through, so you'd be pretty happy about that. Oh, and Palm Beach has fallen off the back, but he's far enough in front to catch the next little wave, and that'll be our 3 to go through. It'll be Northcliffe Tornadoes, North Cronulla Young Guns, and the Palm Beach Plumbers. Doesn't matter which way they finish. They'll go through to the actual semi-final, and then the heat will be on.
Thanks, Son. Tell you what, it's pretty competitive. Apart from the first 3 that qualified, these other 2, Helensburgh, Stanwell Park and Freshie Fruit Loops, bad luck for them. It's boat on the trailer time for them. But gee, the young fellas have rowed well, and it's a pretty complex beach, this one, North Kira. It's in a little bit of a bay, as you can see. Point Danger down there on the right-hand side. Rainbow Bay Surf Lifesaving Club looking at us from the end of that point.
Five, two, one. 5, 2, 1, 4, 3.
Chief Judge. Well, that's got nothing to do with this result, has it? Folks, I do believe the judges saw it this way. Why do I attract a bit of attention to you, Mick? The judges saw it this way. In first place in the 3rd quarterfinal, the North Cronulla Young Guns. In second place, the Northcliffe Tornadoes. And in 3rd place, the Palm Beach, New South Wales Plumbers. And those 3 will progress through to the semi-finals. In 4th place, Freshie Fruit Loops. And in 5th place, Helensburgh Stanwell Park West Fund, regretfully will be eliminated from the event. Heat number 4, we've got a cannon, and away they go. Dicky Beach Gerbils, Currumbin Meerkats, Avalon Beach Hueys, McMaster's Beach UFCs, and the Torquay Boyos. 5 boats, once again, contesting the 4th quarterfinal, the Under-19 Surf Boat Championships of Australia. A line of 5 here at the moment. One going pretty good down on the right-hand side is the Boyos from Torquay. And Currumbin, the Meerkats in alley number 2, second from your left-hand side. But it's early days, and I wouldn't say that anybody should be depressed with their position at the moment. Moving out towards the white water, let's see, this has brought a few of them apart in the racing already today. Let's see how the young fellas can progress through from here. They've all got a bit of boat speed up, and if you've got that boat speed up, it's a dead set advantage and crashing through the white water. Oh, you see one crashing through the Dicky Beach Gerbils now. Crashed through that and it almost stopped them. That was a big one, and there's another one coming. Here comes the backup for Dicky Beach Gerbils and the Currumbin Meerkats. Oh. Well, there's the Meerkats travelling in reverse now. That hit them in a very nasty spot. Sweep Osmond's got them up there going again now, but look how much it's cost them. Cost them 3 lengths, I would say, plus the Dicky Beach Gerbils. They were both slammed out there in the white water, and that's cost them 3 lengths, which is